Now is journalist and co-founder of Lift Our Voices, Gretchen Carlson, also CNN's Eva McCann, CNN senior data reporter Harry Enton, and Republican strategist Brad Todd. Harry, first of all, let's talk about the polling. What does it show?
I mean, look, I think if you're a Kamala Harris supporter, you have to be quite happy with these new polls that came out. I'd argue it's one of her best polling days of the campaign so far. On a personal note, when you get three important polls from three swing states, it's almost like a Christmas day for someone like myself. And when you look at these numbers, what do you see? I mean, first off, obviously in Wisconsin, you have a race that's way too close to call at this point with no clear leader, just a point. But Michigan and Pennsylvania, the big enchilada, we spoke about it last Friday. The fact that you're seeing 5-point advantages for Kamala Harris in Michigan and in Pennsylvania, which is arguably the most important state in this entire election, there's just no other word than saying that these polls are good for the vice president.
What happens when you dig into specific issues?
Yeah, you know, one of the ways you can kind of tell that these polls are good news for Kamala Harris is actually to look at the questions that ask about what are normally Donald Trump's strengths, right? You talk about immigration, you talk about the economy. Who do you trust more in those issues? Well, when you average across the three states, you see that more voters trust Donald Trump than trust Kamala Harris. But look at the margins. The margins are incredibly small. We're talking about just 3 points on the economy, just 4 points on immigration. Donald Trump should be running away on these issues. And the fact that Kamala Harris is keeping it, staying in the ballgame on here, says everything. The bottom line is these polls tonight are good news for the vice president.
Gretchen, I mean, do you buy polls like this at this stage?
Great question.
Given that traditionally, Donald Trump has underperformed in many polls.
Yeah, I mean, look, in 2016, he underperformed in the polls. Again, in 2020. I don't put much trust in the polls. I mean, I think Kamala Harris has to be above by 6, 8, 10 points because there are so many people who are not going to admit in polling that they're voting for Donald Trump. Another really important thing, though, about this polling is that she's way ahead, obviously, on abortion in all of these swing states that were polled. So in my mind, abortion, 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 abortion to try and get the independents and the suburban moms. At the same time, I also think she needs to give more details about her stance on immigration and the economy. I know her aides right now are saying no, because that's too much of a risk to go out there and actually do something that might be a flip-flop or that she might have said something different before. But we saw after the debate that she went up in the polls. People thought she won that handily, because she gave some details about how she felt about certain issues. I think she needs to give more details, succinctly, in interviews.
Eva, I mean, you've traveled with Harris. You've seen in these states. What do you think is resonating? What do you think is not?
Well, I think the reason why she is doing relatively well, and they would argue that they're still the underdog, they're still running scared, is because she's campaigning like a standard Democrat. There's no big surprise about how a future potentially President Harris would govern, right? She champions most issues that would expand the social safety net. She talks about immigrants in a compassionate way, but also emphasizes a strong border. We know what we're getting with Vice President Harris, and I think that people underestimate how much voters really crave stability. In the last election, we saw independent voters put off by the former president based on the chaotic response to the pandemic. And that is why they flocked to President Biden. You're seeing a little bit of this here on the campaign trail. Sort of voters embrace, I think, a sense of normalcy and a contrast with the former president talking about people eating animals.
Brad, I mean, what do you make of this latest polling?
Well, Kamala Harris has had a good week increasing her favorability. I would not look at this polling to be very indicative, though. This is polls was done by Quinnipiac, which, you know, I do this professionally, and Quinnipiac has perhaps the worst reputation of any national pollster. And in 2020, they said Donald Trump was going to lose by 11 the night before the election. In Ohio, they said he had 39%. The night before the election, he got 53. So I would take this Quinnipiac batch of polling with more than a grain of salt. I'd look back a little bit further back, a week or so ago, to CNN's polling, which showed Donald Trump in a little bit better position. But Kamala Harris has done better improving her image. Ballot has not followed yet.
You know, one thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, look.
Go ahead, data nerd.
Thank you very, very much. You know, the bottom line is I wouldn't go on your program and put up polls that I didn't think were indicative of at least a larger trend in this race, right? You know, you talk about pollsters who have a good record. How about Ann Selzer in the state of Iowa? Nailed that race. I remember the first time I appeared with you on air was back in 2020. I said, this poll is big trouble for Joe Biden because it shows that he's basically doing about the same as Hillary Clinton in Iowa. Guess what that poll showed this past weekend? It showed Kamala Harris only down 4 points in a state that Joe Biden lost by 8 points. A tremendous improvement. You talk about another poll. How about UNH? Their final poll of 2020 had a race that essentially matched the final result perfectly. Guess what that poll showed this evening in the state of New Hampshire? It showed that Kamala Harris was up by 11 points and another improvement of 3 to 4 points over Joe Biden standing back.
You think the Quinnipiac poll, you think it's...
I would just say this. I'm not going to say that Quinnipiac is right on the button. But what I will say is, at this particular point, I know that the polls that I've been looking at, this is not the first poll out this week from the state of Pennsylvania that showed that Kamala Harris was doing particularly well, and I can guarantee you it will not be the last.
All right.
Okay, but I would just add.
Well, you know,
there's
Pennsylvania, though, Anderson.
Sorry, there's another poll out today from Scripps that shows, to what Kamala Harris was just saying about immigration and what Trump was saying, that a majority of Americans, a majority, support mass deportation.
Yeah, but they don't really, like, I think that the question is bad. Like, do you support a result of wreaking havoc on the economy? Do you support law enforcement going door to door and ripping people out of homes? Like, if you ask the question to people in that way, I don't think the response would be the same.
I'm just saying that I think that some of Trump's talk about people eating animals in Springfield rubs off when you get answers like this.
Well, I mean, there's certainly a reason why, you know, they're using that language. I mean, they clearly feel that there's a benefit for it, you know, whether it's awful or not, or whether it's, you know, true or not, and certainly there's no evidence of it. Brad, I'm wondering what you think about the Teamsters declining to endorse either candidate.
Well, there's a realignment underway in American politics right now. The Republican Party is becoming the party of work and the working class. The Democratic Party's become sort of the champagne party, people with a lot of education, a lot of higher education degrees, and a lot of wealth. And I think that this Teamsters endorsement will not be the last shift you see in organized labor. Maybe not be the only big one in this election, but certainly not in the near term.
I just want to say there's some disagreement among members. I was speaking to the chair of the Black Caucus within the Teamsters. He's very disappointed by this. The Black Caucus endorsed Vice President Harris several weeks ago, and he argues that Sean O'Brien is not showing leadership right now, and he essentially caved to a bully. Those are the words of the chair of the Black Caucus. So there are going to be groups within the Teamsters that organize on her behalf, even though Sean O'Brien...
There have been polls, though, within the Teamsters among rank and file that show Trump, you know, has a majority of support.
And by the way, in Pennsylvania, a really important state for the Teamsters, there's 95,000 Teamsters in Pennsylvania. So I think that this endorsement was a big hit to Kamala Harris.
There's definitely a gap between sort of a cultural connection and the actual policies, because Democrats have been far and ahead in support of union policies. But yes, we do see a kinship there with some rank-and-file union workers with Republicans.
Sorry, Brad, go ahead.
You know, well, I understand I would take a little issue with that. You know, Democrats and Kamala Harris have been against fracking. They've been against things like the Keystone Pipeline. They've been for things that drove the price of energy up. Those things really matter to people in labor unions. Teamsters depend on the cheap price of diesel fuel. And this non-endorsement is not a one-off. If you look at the Missouri Senate race, the Teamsters endorsed Josh Hawley in that race, the Republican incumbent senator. There is a change underway in America's labor unions and in America's, especially the trade unions. The government unions still side with the Democrats. AFSCME and teachers unions still side with the Democrats, but the trade unions, the real working class in America, there's a shift, and it's real.
Harry, what would happen to the electoral map if these latest polls
let's just say that these latest polls are, you know, right on, and the averages at this particular point that do show Kamala Harris up in Wisconsin, Michigan, and Pennsylvania are correct. That would get her to 270 electoral votes, even if she loses in the Sun Belt battleground states of Arizona, Nevada, Georgia, and North Carolina. So again, these polls are good news. We'll obviously wait to see if there are more particular polls. I can tell you, it keeps me awake at night. It is one of the few things that keep me awake at night that we'll see an error like we saw in 2016 and 2020. So to Brad's point, to Gretchen's point of whether or not we trust the polls, for now, I trust them. But the bottom line is the voters, my friend, have the ultimate say.